Like no notes for Haven. There just wasn't a need. I don't know if I'll write anything for this either. It's probably gonna be short. Depends on how, if it's a hard one to figure out exactly. Start in a minute. Clean the old glasses here. I don't know how long this one is. Let me check like a general how long to beat type of thing. Uh, 5 to 7, 10 completionists, whatever that means. So we might finish tonight. I'm not gonna like rush it, I'm gonna enjoy it. Some coffee. Now we'll get started. Let me refresh this. So tonight we'll... I don't know if I'll get back to Dragon Quest tonight, really. I think by the time we're done with this, if we do finish tonight, I'll probably just want to chill. So maybe do some monster hunting. Jump, B and Y. Jesus. Just blowing shit up in there. All sorts of languages. Well, might not be much dialogue. I'm sure that's a... I get more super glue for this thing. The thing's finally starting to slide down again at the base. Next time I switch my mic setup. Love a challenge. Charts and checkpoints. Yeah, we'll just do original. If it's recommended. Always go with the recommended, man. It's probably your safest bet. What they've focused on balance-wise and shit like that. We don't know if that really what this is about, but you're dead, Jim. Coffee tastes kind of fucking... Cranky carrots. Album. Got like pictures or something? Oh, collect these. I wonder if we're just gonna go through the levels, if there's some weird shit we gotta do. Collectibles. Depends. Whatever seems interesting, we'll do. Turn it up a little bit. I'm digging the tune so far. We're not having A be the hover, but I get it. It's Kaze. Oh, I'm getting the Kong, man. Hey, man, any Kong's good with me. Anything that's even remotely Donkey Kong Country, you're not gonna get a bad word out of me, man, for that. Oh, you even got the roll, DK roll? I don't know. I'm feeling the DKC right now. A budget jazz jackrabbit? Yes. The OST's been pretty good so far, for sure. All the bonus stages and shit make me think Donkey Kong Country for sure. Kaze. Oh, Jesus. There's all sorts of things you'd want to do if you want to perfect these. I don't know what the point is. I'm not gonna get like too caught up on it. Unless it just seems like super fun to do. I mainly just want to jump and have fun. More than be like a super completionist. Yeah, I was talking about doing Klonoa recently, really. I need to do it. This is just story. Laura. Yeah, that's what I've heard. It just looks chill. There's two of them, right, or more? Is Klonoa like this, or do you think it's just kind of lightly similar? Klonoa's kind of got like a rabbit thing going on, doesn't he? inflate enemies. Inflation. Oh. Groovy. Oh, okay. I like there's some Klonoa handheld games too, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, it was a pretty beloved series for however long it survived. Jesus. Oh, I probably won't play that version. Overly cute. Oh boy, that's horrible. I mean, I guess the PS2 era was the Edge era. Look at Jack 2, right? Go from Jack to fucking Jack 2. Edge City. Fuck that. I'll just play whatever version people say is the best one. Hopefully the PS2 version doesn't have many other improvements. Yeah, edgy voice acting in a game like Klonoa does not look like that kind of game to me. Oh, the sequel. Okay. I guess I might not have a choice then. Klonoa 2. Oh, this needs 6 of those. Oops, I just hit A instead of fucking B. Nintendo controls. Even if I myself prefer bottom button for jumping. Oh, maybe I'll play that one then. Oh. This music makes me think of some like Beetle Adventure Racing, funky. Like, I don't know what era of games I'm thinking of with this song, but it's definitely not the platform. I mean, it's nothing, it's fine, if it's fine, but it sparks some memories of some very different shit. The Bramble Blast, man. Can't even kill those dudes. Sonic running through a city. I think it's some more funky. Jesus. Oh, those Ridge Racer have a little bit of funk to it. Yeah, a racing game. Some kind of racing game. Yeah, like I said, Beetle Adventure Racing or some kind of like more, I don't want to say like PS1, PS2 era racing. They had that kind of funk. Some of those had like that funk. Maybe I'm just thinking of Beetle Adventure Racing. Oh, cool. Well, I plan on playing those at some point. I think they're on my list. I might not. Not sure. Let me make sure they are. So I guess I'll hear them then. Well, maybe I'll get a little preview later today of the music. Listening to the music of some games is definitely gives me a little spark to play it. Also, let me add Haven to my finished pile here. Did we play anything after or before Haven? Might have just been Silent Hill. Oh, I played The Wild at Heart. I totally forgot about that game already. The Wild at Heart, Haven. Need to add these to the finish list. Sometimes when I crank some of these out, I forget to do stuff like that. Ridge Racer should be in here. Yeah, Ridge Racer series. Big storms tonight. Well, so I don't lose power. Yeah. It's been fun so far. Pretty smooth mechanics. Reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country, but it's not just like ripping Donkey Kong Country completely or anything. Just the kind of like, this is the roll and you can jump off of shit kind of with it. They had the bramble area and the transformations, you know, like which is like the animal barrels and shit. Maybe more Donkey Kong Country style is good with me, man. Okay. Pot. I don't miss any bonuses. Oh, I imagine this game's got a bit more simple collection system. Icon Country has some fucking hidden ass shit in it. Oh. For some reason I thought I could take 2 hits. That's nice, you gotta retry this. Oh fuck, dude. Pocket hit against stun all but gets broken hitting large carrot ammo. Magic pot. Oh, I see. If you have that little guy, you have the extra hit. The mail key was still in my pocket, and I just fell into the chair. I need to just attach the mail key to my keys. I'm the only one who fucking uses the mail. I'm doing that in the future, because that's happened a few times now. I don't really have a whole lot of room to dig under there, and sometimes it gets stuck in the mechanisms in the fucking... in the chair. Which is always a fucking joy. I'll do it later. Yeah, the art style's crispy. A little bright and colorful. It looks crispy too. Pretty, it's like higher detail pixel art kind of thing instead of, you know, the super low pixel art that's kind of popular with a lot of shit nowadays. I mean, I imagine that's like easier to make, or cheaper at least. Jesus, would I just kill my brother to be a little fucking quieter? Wow. God damn. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Yeah, I'm playing the game about fucking... Look, it says that. A flying fucking rabbit. Jumping rabbit. Thought that was a secret area, it's just an area I've already been to. Silly, I even went down there. I don't know why I thought I could jump on that pillar. So I am really distracted. Some people just move around louder than others, man. Cactus might like this game. He's a big DKC person. Oh, I missed some money somewhere. Whoops. Yeah, I get like accidents, you know, that sounds like it's reasonable, right? Shit happens. I mean, everybody makes loud noises on accident for sure. Can't be helped, man. But yeah, I'm sure they did. I just gave him a surprise. I feel like, you know, with me, it's like, if I hear a loud noise from somebody that doesn't make them often, I don't even, like, think badly of them at all. I think about it, I just like, oh, there's a loud noise. Like, I don't even, sometimes even attribute it to them. Only when you start getting sly that it's the same fucking people. Yeah. I mean, it happens, though. Yeah. Wouldn't want to be waking up to that. At least it was in your kitchen? I'm gonna turn up the game a bit. Mainly just the music. Although everything might go up a little bit now. Whoops. Probably not. Oh. Oops. I'm way too scared of these porcupine guys. They're not even like a big deal. You generally have some cycle or jump over them. Some weird stuff. Now you gotta tell me a story, man. What kind of weird shit are we talking? I gotta remaster the art of flying off of stages and then jumping for extra distance. I can play like a fucking actual platform a while. It's nice. I shouldn't have done that. Too ballsy. I'm sure if I was quick enough I could do it. I was pretty sleep deprived some reason on our summer meetup, and after my buddy started sleepwalking and picked up 2 pants for bashing a shot about some alien invasion. Holy hell. Was it just the sleep or a little booze in there? Or is this guy really bad sleepwalking? My friend had like he wasn't sleepwalking, but he's like sleep talking. Like he woke up but he wasn't actually, he was kinda like delirious, right? We were playing a lot of Gears of War. He's like legitimately afraid like the locusts from Gears of War were like coming to invade the house. I just wake up, I'm like, okay. Just go back to bed, man. One of those like he probably didn't even know what the fuck. He probably had no idea he was even awake. Oh shit. The combo. I can't say I've had a sleepwalking session myself. I've had sleep paralysis before. Not a fan of that. Oops, I thought that was gonna be bad. Paralysis is not fun. Only ever had it happen once or twice. Used to have it a lot. Yeah. I don't know whatever even spurred it to happen the few times it did for me. I don't think anything really significant I can think it was happening, because I barely remember the time frame it happened, but yeah, definitely not something I'd wish on someone. It's just like a primal fear kind of thing, right? You're just like, for me at least, it's just like, you're pretty much afraid you're gonna get fucked and you can't move. That's how it was for me. I didn't get a single side thing, dude. What the fuck? Look once, saw somebody and then just woke up, saw myself left the apartment. Oh shit. Spooky. I've had a lot of friends. Oh, I already sleeping. At least you might go to sleep right away. That's some weird dreams. Oh, wait, like immediately falling asleep when you go to bed, or what? I always hear with lucid dreaming, it's like dream diaries and shit like that. I mean, I've had some pretty like real feeling dreams. Maybe not real visually, but like I got some real emotions out of them. Some were controllable. Usually if I go back to bed, I can get a lot of controllable dreams and shit. Oh, when you have sleep paralysis. Shit, yeah, I mean, I haven't had it enough. mean, I could see it. You're in probably a pretty weird state. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Like the dream diary is supposed to help because it helps you remember your dreams, and I imagine be more like aware of something when you're dreaming. It'd be nice, but I'll write dreams sometimes if I remember them well enough. But usually it just takes a lot of work. Like, I'm not really like when I'm waking up want to write down like a whole story worth of dreams, right? Dank hang, yeah, that's pretty good so far. I was gonna whisper you about it. It's very Donkey Kong. Oh, do you just auto come back up? Oh, okay, so you don't actually swim? Or do you? You press X, you go back down, or Y. Oh, it says it right there. I just totally didn't look at it. Gotta keep my eye out for other secrets. What? Oh, he's just going for me. Yeah. Shark friend. Ugh. I had some cool dreams for sure that I've written down. It's one of those things, like, I guess if you explain the dreams to somebody, maybe they could be bizarre or interesting, but like, you just vividly remember very, like, heavy emotions from them. It was interesting how well, like I'll have some dreams and I'm like, this shit feels like I'm watching a fucking, like, some cinematic ass movie, right? It's like, I feel like it's got, there's like cinematography going on, right? I'm like, this shit looks fucking, you know, like there's some crazy imagery in some of the dreams and stuff. And like, it's crazy the mind can just whip up shit like that when you're just like sleeping. Oh, what the fuck? I missed something. Just restart it. We'll come back later. If I want to replay a level, I'll replay a level. I might 100% it, we'll see. Yeah, I've had a few. I had a really good, like, horror one. Like a spooky one that was, like, pretty spooky. Really neat little scenes. It's weird to talk about them dreaming like a movie sense. That's kind of how just it was. Going to the movies for free? Yeah, dude. Most of the dreams that I actually remember though are not very grounded. They're usually some sort of bizarre. Oh, that's right, I can kill those guys. There's gotta be like an entrance in one of these areas around here somewhere. Huh. Yeah, I just have a bunch on my phone. It's been a while since I've ever added to it. Since I've added to it. I only really write down the stuff that like really stands out. I guess those are memorable for longer. We definitely missed some shit. That's alright. If it's just like lore, I don't really care that much. Oh, it's just a K and a few things. If there's like new stages, maybe I would do it all. I don't want to obsess over it. It's more fun to just keep going. I mean, the green things are clearly unlocking me something. Oh, is there just like one special new level per zone or something? Okay, we'll do this and see what we get. Backwards ears, man. No. Oh, I don't want to do a speedrun. I don't know if you can actually continue doing. It might just be like a dead drop you gotta do. I'm trying to look around for secrets. I haven't seen any yet. Looking around, but I don't see nothing. I gotta just jump over that. I'm trying to keep my eyes like glued to the ground. Looking for like an arrow or some shit, right? Oh, you can kill those. It only did the front. Oh yeah, I did. These are kind of games I enjoy, that's for sure. Oh, here's one. The art. A lot of work. And art's its own big bag of fucking skills, man. I mean, you could try to, like, always get somebody to work with you, or do something more simple. I don't know, I don't remember how high def you want. I remember some of your character designs, but I don't know if you're gonna do that for, like, the whole game or what. I think we gotta keep that, though. It's nice, this has a little bit of that modern quality of life to it, right? Like if you do a challenge, you just kind of get to keep it, even if you're going back before it. Oops. I'm staring at the ground, I'm not looking at my own fucking jumps, man. Although this level's been the hardest anyways. So. Yeah. Yeah, if you want people to really know it's DKC, I guess. That's definitely a big part of DKC's personality. Does it look good? I mean, I feel like you don't have to have that kind of art, though. I mean, the gameplay is the most important thing. But yeah, it depends on just, I guess, how much you want it to be like DKC. Yeah, for sure, animations. For the rules and all that to feel satisfying. That momentum feel. It was a really interesting idea, doing like 3D modeling, taking it into 2D, and it actually like works pretty well. Or at least it has its own just style to it, right? Like, I guess you could say graphically at the time, maybe yeah, that felt like some kind of powerhouse move or something, but today it just feels kind of like a style thing. I don't really think of like realism. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was crazy to think that Rare was kind of like what you could consider like a pioneer of graphics back then. Like they were pushing the envelope really. And Banjo was one of the best looking games. Battletoads on fucking NES was like really good looking. I don't remember how their SNES shit was. Yeah, but it looked good. But I don't know if the games were any good. SNES, I mean, I guess Donkey Kong Country, of course, right? Like, they definitely had some like big stuff. I mean, they started to dip, obviously, GameCube era. Then they got bought out. But 117 computers running 24 hours a day. 45 minutes from 30 hours to render. I don't even fully understand how like rendering and shit works. Like what is it like just even doing for that long? Magic, yo. Like, I mean, I imagine they like draw it in a simple way or whatever, and then it renders the actual like everything around it and stuff. Like they're drawing some kind of wireframe and then it like puts it all on there and shit. I mean, I guess I've seen some of those like making the cups or the donut things rendered, but I guess those are probably different. Yeah. And back then I'm sure it was different too. Yeah, the shading and the lighting. Crazy, man. Oh. Oh, Jesus. This is a weird fucking level. Thought it was glitched for a second, but... Oh yeah, it's a trap. This is normal for this level. That's the gimmick. This is like a secret level, or a bonus level I unlocked for finding all the shit in the first 6 levels. Yeah, it's fun so far. It's good. It's a lot like Donkey Kong Country, which I'm a big fan of. Weird. The render farms. Wonder how much like an average render farm and just computer equipment costs. I didn't get all of the jewels up top. Hopefully I don't get fucked for that. And then we got enough. It's no puzzles. 0 puzzles. And it's not gimmicky, really. It's like Donkey Kong Country. You get little different forms here and there to kind of like, I guess you could say, gimmicks. Different kinds of little gameplay and swimming and climbing and shit like that. But this is like a special level. Came in at the wrong time, brother. I don't know where you get puzzly from with Donkey Kong Country, but gimmicky maybe. It does have a different, you know, different animals you control and more than just jumping. I'm thinking like Mario versus Donkey, like Donkey Kong 96 or whatever the fuck it was called. When I'm thinking of like puzzle platformers, like a Limbo or something. Like they actually have puzzles in them. You know, I just went flying. I did that like really well earlier. Oh, there's a platform, that's why. Yeah, you go outside to use your computer for simulations and shit. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I don't remember what it's got a name, some kind of community test thing. I don't remember what it's called. Specific sequence of action, specific timing. Yeah, for me that's just execution. Those are all things you can kind of like figure out immediately. They just might be a bit more complex. I don't really consider hard execution to be like a puzzle. But, I mean, I get what you're saying for sure. Yeah, I definitely. Oh, really, dude? What the fuck? That's kind of fucked right there. I don't even know where the fuck the stage is. This is an interesting gimmick here, but I'm not like super into it. The other levels have been great though. I mean, this one feels like a bonus level. I mean, got some special thing going on, and the placement of these is good enough to just run through the level, but I'm trying to get like all of the shit. Yeah, it's like the idea of this is cute, but I think the amount of times you die, it's like you're kind of over the gimmick. I would have rather just preferred like a really hard to execute level. Like a challenge level, not like a gimmick challenge. Yeah, see, I can agree with you on that, man, for sure. I see what you mean on gimmicky. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country definitely has got gimmicks, you could say. I feel like gimmicks has got such a negative connotation nowadays, but I'm sure that's not how you're really talking about it. I don't think it should have a negative thing, but people always just use gimmicks in a negative way, so it's hard to tell. Like, what's this part, dude? Yeah, I don't like that last part. Like, there's probably some method to the madness. Maybe it's like the background, but it's like, eh. Yeah, hopefully the other secret levels are good. Otherwise the game's been pretty awesome. Am I supposed to wait for something here? Are you just supposed to watch them? Like, this is a little too gimmicky for me here, man. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What is the hitbox? What the fuck? I have to be like kissing the middle, dude. Need the nipple zone, dude. Very gimmicky. Yeah, this is that negative kind of gimmick. Like, when I think of like Donkey Kong Country, it's more just like variety. I just think of variety, you know, like, when it comes to like the animals and shit, and just, or like depth and mechanics or something. I don't know what you want to call it. Like, yeah, gimmicks to me, it's always like, I've used gimmicks in plenty of positive ways. Yeah, it's usually got a bit more negative nowadays, sadly. That's what I assume first. Like a Sonic game, right? You'd be like, oh, Sonic games, like bad Sonic games like Secret Rings and shit, you know, they have a gimmick and they tend to not stand the test of time because it relies solely on a gimmick that, you know, is just purely there for novelty maybe and nothing to do with like good gameplay. A bit far with the gimmick, yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're gimmicks, I guess. I'm not saying they're not. I just think of them in a different way because gimmick is thought of. It's just semantics. I'm not really arguing on it. Except the puzzle shit, I don't agree with that at all. I could see how it requires a bit more thought than like Mario or something, but I think requiring some amount of thought doesn't make it a puzzle. That's not really their objective. It's just like a bit harder of a challenge. Yeah, I love all three of them. But yeah, three's got a bit more to try to spice it up, and a lot of them just feel like weak gimmick though. Well, I guess we'll wait. I can handle the parts before this because the placement of everything's pretty decent. Oh, I love 3. I think Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3 are fucking awesome. I liked 3's like Canada thing going on. It had this Canadian feel. It just is more gimmicky, you could say. See, I like 2 a lot. I like them all though. Returns is the only one I like feel a little less strong about, but it's still good. Oh man, this level is fucking kind of gross, huh? Like a single checkpoint in this level would probably be okay to have. Yeah, for sure. I love the feel. It's comfy as fuck. I think maybe if I was gonna like objectively like, well, whatever. If we just don't get everything on this, it's whatever. It'd be kind of lame to. Oh, okay. Yeah, it feels like a Canada. I mean, the bears and all just the way the wilderness looks and shit. I think that was the idea. You are now playing the Canada gorilla game. I would say objectively though, if I had to be like, you know, what's the best Donkey Kong Country game, it's probably Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze is insanely good. I don't even need to kill that guy. I just shouldn't bother. Like, it just has a lot of content, really slick level design. I don't like the enemies in it, and visually it doesn't have as much style as Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3, but man, the gameplay, like, it's really fun. It's got really hard shit, really fucking awesome stuff to unlock. Just so much content. It just feels really good to play, all the characters and stuff. Yeah, I mean, Tropical Freeze is awesome. The only thing it doesn't have is some of that style, but it does have style. Got some really interesting like visuals. They do like a lot of like silhouette levels, and the music is way better than Returns. Returns music sucks. They got Weiss back for Tropical Freeze, man, and you can fucking tell. Play them both, man. I'm surprised you guys haven't, especially Cactus, man. Yeah, they're excellent. One of the last, like, AAA, can you consider it? I guess it's a AA or something, but larger budget platformer games fucking ever even made. Like 2D platformers. And even that generation, it was pretty much just Rayman Origins, Legends, and Tropical Freeze, which are all fucking awesome games, but the waggling? Yeah. I don't remember if there's a version where you don't have to waggle. Maybe. I don't like the waggling, but the game is still good. There's openings. Oops, I was going through the big jump. Definitely some heavy storms, man, outside. I barely hear the game, they're so heavy. I'm just not a big fan of course he had some kind of... I thought I was just going to jump immediately on him. I'm not a big fan of like half-ass motion control editions. Felt very much like we just had motion controls for the Wii. It wasn't horrible. I mean, like I said, I still like the game, but I don't... You could put it on a button. I don't think it was like super worth it. It's not like it was as fucked as what was that other one? Donkey Kong Country. It's with the bongos you play. That's pretty much all motion. That one was still fun to a certain extent. I just used a controller though. But it was a pain to play. I'd probably hate it nowadays. I was wondering where you fought like the other gorillas and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, TF just controls like old Donkey Kong. Well, I mean a little better, but so it doesn't really feel weird. Ooh, the controller's constantly rumbling. Stop. Oops. This boss just takes a while. You have to kind of just remember everything more than react, because sometimes the shots start coming out and you're not in the right place. Right there. That was a little farther to the right, I would have been dead because I did not remember. But over-designed for the first boss, he's got a lot going on. I think he's just kind of long, if anything. I don't mind though. He's definitely got a lot going on for a first boss though. Which is very different from Donkey Kong Country. Not that this game needs to be a Donkey Kong Country clone, it's clearly not just a raw clone, it's just very similar. He's just got very long phases with a lot of different attacks. These cutscenes are loud as fuck. I'm surprised we didn't start with like a throwing a barrel boss. They've already introduced the barrel throw kind of thing. Maybe that's in a different level. This one was mostly a keep away. But yeah, big AAA or AA platformers really aren't a thing anymore. I mean, what was the last big, like, you know, company that had like a platformer? It's mostly just indie and stuff like that. Like 2D platformers. Obviously 3D is still around, but I mean, even Playtonic tried to do Donkey Kong Country again with the Impossible Lair, whatever the fuck. That one was fun. I enjoyed it. You could get some really crazy momentum going. It's not as good as Donkey Kong Country, but I thought it was solid. It was way better than the first ukulele. Oh god, ice mechanics. I don't hate the ice in Donkey Kong Country. It's one of the few games. Yeah, that's probably the biggest budget 2D platform I can think of. I mean, technically Tropical Freeze has gotten a port, but Tropical Freeze, the original, is probably one of the last big budget 2D platformers. Oh, maybe, I guess you could count the new Super Mario Bros. Switch, the new Super Mario Bros. U on the Switch? Is it no, I think even Tropical Freeze is newer than what that's a remaster of. Oh shit. I'm looking for side shit. I think I'm looking too hard, man. At the end of the day, I just want a platform. I find some shit, I find some shit, man. Dude, the new Super Mario Bros. U isn't like a great platformer by any means, but it might still be technically a AAA platformer. But I don't like to think of it that way because they're pretty soulless fucking games. Yeah, there's a lot of these. Yeah, I still have to go through the rest of the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Oh, you have to plan your way back. Oops, I hit no. Some good quality of life here for the challenges. You could just go back or retry stages. Not quite as punishing as Donkey Kong Country there. You can go back in some Donkey Kong countries, but it's not a for sure thing. The peppers, man. Oh, they're carrots. I like toboggans or whatever. Yeah, I've played the first new Super Mario Bros. The last one, the Luigi one. I think I just haven't played the 3DS one and the Wii one. I plan on it. I only really have fun with the new Super Mario Bros. Games if I'm just trying to go as fast as I can through them. I don't enjoy fully exploring them that much, because some of the level design and just the floatiness of the controls is just not as exciting for me to just kind of slowly go through the levels, but trying to like speed them is fun. It adds that like extra layer, just like flow and like speed and execution to kind of make them feel a little bit more interesting. Yeah, Cactus. I love me some Metroidvanias, but some well-executed DKC shit we don't get as often. Which is weird because they're such big games. I mean, maybe it's easier to just try to do like boosty shit like Celeste or Mario kind of stuff. Oh, the Zadnor thing. Yeah, I have not, I was wondering what you meant by that, because I haven't played 5.5 or 5.5 yet. Yeah, I heard the raid was pretty interesting. I'm gonna come back and do it at some point here, but I have a lot on my plate right now for games. I started Dragon Quest VII I've got another game coming in tomorrow. We're doing the Mario Golf-thon, stuff like that. So I might do a little FF here at some point, but oh, E3. I'm interested, but I mean, it's not like there's a lot of content coming out till November, so it'll be in a huge rush. Are you grinding relic weapons, or are you not interested in that? Unlike the word Metroidvania, I don't have a problem with it. I don't really think of it as Metroid or Castlevania. I think Metroidvania, there's a pretty clear definition of what a Metroidvania is, so I think as a word it's fine, because that's the whole point. It's a label that lets you know what it is, and usually it's pretty accurate. I mean, there's some Metroidvanias like Ori that are a bit more combat-y, or Ori's a bit more platformy, but there's some like Guacamelee which are more combat-y, but you still know the kind of game you're getting into. So in that sense, it's better than like adventure. To me, like an adventure game could be a point and click, it could be Zelda, so it's like, or an action game. Action games to me are Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, God of War. But some people consider Zelda an action game, and it's like, at least Metroidvania is very tight of a definition, I feel like. Yeah, I really need to play Tomba. It's been on my list for eons. Exploration platformer? I don't know. I mean, you could say that Metroidvania doesn't sound very official. It's not like, you know, adventure, it's not action, but I think it does what it's supposed to do well, even if it's a little weird. I think some of the official general types of genre words are a little bit more vague half the time because they are so general. I think a Metroidvania is like specific enough, or I don't have a problem with that. I could see what you mean. It's two fucking names of a game slapped together. It's a little odd, but I think it works for what it's doing. The 3D in the sequel. Oh, I didn't realize the second one was weird. Those are pretty short, if I remember right. PS1, right? Was the first one PS1? Dude, I was gonna say roguelikes are way more cursed, yeah. Those are just straight up defined wrong. And there's like a bunch of different, like roguelike, rogue, and they're just used interchangeably. Oh, they're both PS1. Yeah, that's just straight up fucked. Like Metroidvania, you know what that means, and it comes from a place that makes sense. Or like with the rogue stuff, everybody's just using it all wrong. I mean, I use it wrong, but you know what it means. But it's like people just don't care that it's kind of like the wrong labels and words for it. Like if you write roguelite or rogue-like to anybody, your average Joe will not give a fuck what the difference is or even think about it, right? Rouge-like. Yeah. That's just straight typing, man. People getting rogue and rouge wrong is a classic. I've typed it wrong before, but I played too much rogue and WoW to get it wrong for very long. See, that movement right there is what a lot of Donkey Kong Country style things, like that's one of the most important things in a Donkey Kong Country style platformer. The roll off the side that gives you like a lot of like air and like horizontal movement, and like then you can jump. That's like the shit. Like that is the Donkey Kong, right? You can use it when you're on a platform to go quicker. You get like more momentum, more speed out of your jump. It can extend your jumps. So there might be challenges that require, there might be some that don't, but you can kind of like be tricky and have a little bit more execution, you know? Even in a simpler area just because of it. It feels good. It's got momentum. That's something where animations are important, sure. I don't even, I forget what the fucking difference is all the time. Like there's no permadeath in a roguelite, right? Like there's progression where a roguelike has like you lose and shit. Yeah, exactly, Cactus. Yeah. Cause like the rogue genre itself is like super fucking different. So to even say like doesn't even like work half the time. Oh, these are like the barrels, dude. Oh yeah. Nice. I haven't played any rogue games. I've just played rogue lights and maybe some rogue likes. Like, was FTL a rogue light or a rogue like? I think it's a rogue like, right? This is what I mean, though. Like the whole genre is just a fucking mess of different meanings and shit. At least like Metroidvania, you know exactly what a Metroidvania is. Even though it combines so many different genres together into it in the first place, like you know what it is. I don't know if you have to press A after you fall on top of something in this one. I don't think you get any difference in height. Maybe you do. I do like, even though you can tell these are supposed to be like the barrels and shit, they don't look exactly like the barrels, right? Like they are different. I can appreciate that, like visually, at least there's like some distinction. Like they didn't just like hard, just like didn't fucking Impossible Lair just pretty much have barrels. I mean, these aren't as like, they don't look as nice. Those barrels, they don't make as much sense right away, but because there's a bunch of just shit going on. Barrels are pretty readable. It's a barrel with two ends and a fucking arrow or something else on it, and you know exactly what you're getting. I glance, you can't tell them apart. That hack Adam. There's Rogue. Yeah, I mean most have the vast majority of anything rogue or roguelites then nowadays, right? It's essentially like if you even use the word fucking roguelike or roguelite. You're probably using it wrong. It seems like there's just so few rogue games. Oops. Like there's way more roguelites than there are anything just rogue or roguelike. Some of the hitboxes in this are a little funky. I mean, I don't mind tight hitboxes, but you definitely like creep through edges of shit and think you're supposed to, like, you can grab on, but you can't. Kind of like the exit in that one level earlier. It's nice with enemies, but it sucks with stuff like this. But it's not been really a big problem in the game. Like a couple little moments. What are you talking about, Manok? What other word can you use that describes the type of game? Are you asking for like an actual definition of, yeah, like a Metroidvania? I mean, they can have all sorts of things in them. Different flavor, but usually it's more of an open map with different kinds of like either RPG progression or just upgrades in general that let you re-explore or unlock different areas of the map. What is Metroid Prime? First person Metroidvania? What other word other than roguelike is there? There's rogue, roguelike, and roguelite. Roguelite is what almost every game is nowadays. Yeah, that's the problem, is like, there's a certain point where trying to like put something into a genre is kind of silly. Like for me, it's like, I don't know, instead of hard calling something a certain genre, like unless it truly is, like this game is a 2D platformer, right? Just straight up. It's like Donkey Kong Country. But like there's some games that mix so much together that it's like, you can use genres to try to explain what they are a bit, like tag it pretty much, but there's a point where it's almost just kind of a pointless endeavor. What do you mean, what other word? Like, what could you use other than rogue? I don't know. That's probably why there isn't many at all. It's kind of become its own little word, man. Its own little tag. I don't think people really need to. I mean, rogue is literally just the name of a game. And there's games that are like it. So it's like, I mean, it's not even a fucking good... It doesn't mean anything in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what's weird about rogue shit. Roguelites in general. Is it such this, like... Yeah, to me, it's just like when you... For me, roguelike's pretty much just... There's so much that characterizes one. Well, the problem is the genre has been so overused and broadened nowadays that it's not even very simple. Like some, it's like dying and restarting from the beginning. That means it's a roguelite. But for some, it's the procedural generation that is part of what a roguelike is, a roguelite. You know, and like the fresh slate with like the randomized perks and shit, you know, like weird shit like that, like an Isaac. And it's like there's so much that's part of the genre that some of them just pick and choose. Yeah, it's like Minecraft hard mode is like, yeah, that's the thing, is like Minecraft is like a roguelite, man. Like I don't know, like it's like that's the thing, is like roguelite also, it's like it's indie, right? Like what AAAs are there, right? It's something that's like, if they even make, I mean, Returnal I think is supposed to be roguelite-ish, but that's the only big game that I've ever even heard of called one, even if there were other options. It's like this thing that's like, it has to be indie only, you know? Almost like pixel art only kind of thing, which isn't true, but I mean, that's like a very, almost like a staple of the genre. Yeah, mystery dungeons, roguelike. That old Final Fantasy merchant thing. I mean, you could say that Minecraft isn't like that because the core idea of the game isn't to make that kind of gameplay cycle, right? Like Minecraft is not at its core a roguelike. It can just be kind of played like one. So you can't really call it a roguelike, but you can kind of get away with it a bit, right? Like Minecraft's like a creative adventure game or something, right? Maybe, is it the intent? Like at that point, it's hard to even figure this is what I mean. That's why like trying to put too many labels on a game is kind of just silly. Because I'm sitting here trying to talk about like intent of what a game is compared to how it actually is. Sometimes it's like, ugh, I don't know. That's why I'm kind of loose with my genre definitions. I'd rather over-explain and throw a bunch at the wall instead of say like it's this kind of thing. Because then you'll end up like Game Pass, right? At Game Pass, I'm looking at fucking games that are like... like what? Like what are the fucking genres here? They always look ridiculous. Action and adventure. You get Xeno Crisis, which is a fucking twin stick, like fucking like arcadey action shooter with Final Fantasy 12, with Observation, with Arc. Like, it doesn't mean fucking anything at this point. With FF8, action and adventure, like people just don't even fucking, like, yes, they have action and adventure in them, but that's not, you know, like, they're just poorly defined. It's just, like, stupid. Like, shooter. Destroy all humans with Battlefield 3. Like, I guess. I guess it's a shooter. Enter the Gungeon, right? Like, I mean... this happens a lot with, the Game Awards too. Very just poorly defined genres that just lump everything together. That's why genres to me, it's like, it's cool. I like trying to use them to try to compare games, but getting too crazy into it's just kind of pointless. Because it's just like, some of your best shit combines so many different things together, right? Like, you can't just call like Deus Ex a first person shooter, right? Like, it's an RPG too, so it's just like weird. So I like some of these roguelites, they have like roguelike elements. It's hard to just call it a roguelike only. Yeah, I don't know. You have to use whatever tools you can find. So like roguelike would be something a bit more randomized, less predictable. But the thing is, like, I mean, I've played Undermine, and it's about as easy to start up as Minecraft too, so. Undermine's like super roguelite. There's so much fucking perma progression in that. Anyways, I don't know if I could make another word for roguelikes or roguelites. I mean, probably. We could probably sit here and try to think one up. That's probably possible. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, Undermine's alright. I wouldn't bother. Its kind of randomization is purely just stats instead of fun shit like Isaac. It was on Game Pass, so I tried it out. It's an alright 10-hour thing, but feels like it was more of a roguelike just to save money than it was really something that needed to be that way. Yeah, we went further back than I thought. It's like with roguelites, it's like you at least generally kind of know what you're getting, but yeah, I don't think it's as like as well defined exactly as like a Metroidvania. Like, I've been less surprised in a Metroidvania. Then again, the Metroidvanias, you grow to expect them to have a big mix of a bunch of different genres together, right? Synergy. Yeah, see, there is some synergy, yeah, but then... yeah, I don't know, it's such a fucking big genre now. I think the thing is, like, it's... when a genre that is that kind of, like, wonky in its definition gets overused so much, the definition becomes even more blurred. Especially when the rogue part of it, the roguelite part of it, is just a piece of it, right? Like, no roguelite game is like that. I feel like that's just like a characteristic, isn't it? Right? Like, his Dead Cells is like a Metroidvania, and Enter the Gungeon's a twin stick shooter, and Isaac's a twin stick shooter, but so it's like just a piece of it. I don't know. Like, even calling a game a roguelite, I feel like I should never do. I should use it just as part of another explanation. No, when you see it. Yeah, maybe it's more that just some stuff that could be considered roguelites aren't. But otherwise, there's pretty easily agreeable ones that are. I don't know. Roguevania. What's that? Now that sounds like some wacky shit. Random bold spreads? Yeah, I don't know. I think the best way to define a roguelite at this point is something that's just like excessively random. Not excessively, but like that's the entire appeal of it, is just like extreme randomness, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird because you can like just look at one and you kind of know that it has roguelike elements. Can you ever call, this is a totally different thing, although I did kind of just mention it. Can you call any game just a roguelite? Like, not really, right? There's no game that's just like purely just a roguelite. I feel like that's just like a characteristic of a game. It might be the chief characteristic, like with Isaac, but Isaac, like I said, is like a twin stick shooter. Calls itself a Roguevania? No, I think that's just them trying to coin a catchy, easy to say word. It's a fucking roguelike with fucking Metroidvania gameplay and level design. Just as much as Isaac is a fucking like twin stick shooter or fucking, I don't know, Zelda dungeon fucking something, right? And for me it's the Roguemania. the Retroid. Rogue Troid. Oh, am I supposed to like follow one of these? Okay. Yeah, I think that's just the devs trying to be fucking cute. That sounds like some bullshit for sure. That doesn't even mean anything at that point. It's not light, it's not like rogue is the operating word, right? It's not like has its own meaning. It's like the game Rogue, like a light version of Rogue, not a Vania of Rogue. Like, what the fuck does that even mean, right? But that just shows you how fucking like different the meaning of the fucking words gotten over time. And that's why Rogue fucking the Rogue genre character trait characters, whatever you want to call it, tag is silly sometimes, man. Should we remove the save feature? Maybe. I mean, that's kind of like Ocarina of Time randomizer. But maybe it is about excessive randomization, right? Like procedural environments and shit. Like procedural environments are definitely like a big trait of rogue-like games. Deep Psycho Rogue Folkvania. The Funkish Forest Roguevanias. How can you have Metroid gameplay in a procedurally generated environment? Well, I mean, it's a bit more simplified and superficial, but like that's any procedural thing. I mean, I've played Dead Cells. It's like small snippets of Metroidvania, right? Like you can move about the levels freely. You have to go like open some doors or something, and you can get like upgrades and stuff, and then you move on to the next snippet. It's not as good. It's not as Metroidvania-y. It's just kind of a light version of Metroid. But it is technically a Metroidvania. It's just, to me, Dead Cells was not very... I mean, that's a different story. It wasn't that satisfying for me as a Metroidvania, and it wasn't that satisfying as a roguelike. But it was cute that they tried. How can you procedure generate a world that randomly distributes items? I mean, look at an Ocarina of Time like Rando or something. Wasn't it just about like logic chains and shit? Yeah, I mean, you just make it so like X door can't be opened without this, and then that thing's randomly somewhere, and then it's behind something that can't be opened without this or some shit. And just randomly shit it all everywhere. It's like Metroid. It's not as good. It's not as nice as a handcrafted one, but it is procedure generated Metroid. Randomizer is the same as procedure generation. I mean, there's beta quest, right? Ocarina of Time beta quest, where every loading screen is a different fucking room. That's kind of similar, right? Like you go through them in almost complete random. Like entrance randomizers and shit. I don't know. I feel like shuffling, I feel like you can make Metroidvanias that are randomized or procedural. They're just not as fun. Because what's cool about a lot of Metroidvanias is how they handcraft a lot of those. The pacing of it, right? Like, oh boy, I can't wait to spend 30 hours without the double jump. Like, no. But you could in a procedural one. I mean, I guess you could up the likelihood of getting it like in a randomizer. But that's talking about quality. You could absolutely do a Metroid rando. Or a Metroid roguelike. I don't know if it's worth even bothering. It's not as easy as something like Isaac, which is literally just a bunch of different blocks thrown together, and it works. Yeah, but so is any randomizer too. But yeah, I'm just saying that you can do it. I'm just talking about your original question. I'm using like OT randos as an example. Like just the raw randomization of where the items can be are behind massive logic chains. Like you have to have this to have this to have this to have this to have this. So it will not allow something to be in a place without that working. So you would just use something like that in a Metroid procedurally generated thing, which is done. I'm sure. That's the idea. Let's shuffle chest content around the doors. I mean, OT rando, you can fucking randomize enemies, you can randomize entrance loading screens, you could randomize fucking, you know, anything with anything almost. I mean, there's a Link to the Past fusions with Super Metroid that swap the items in the games, and you have to jump between the games and shit. Like, you can do it if the logic's there, right? And if the game facilitates the kind of shit. So a game made from scratch to be completely random, not something based on a pre-existing, like, you know, world like Ocarina of Time, like, absolutely you could do it. That's why they did it with Dead Cells. It's just not that awesome. And I think it could be done better, but the problem is then the game is not that fun. Dead Cells has you do like little snippets to keep some kind of choice, because you get to choose between branches, and they're small enough to keep the flow going, and it's fun. more fun that way. If it was just one big Metroidvania world, it would be boring as fuck, because a procedurally generated Metroidvania without like some real fucking skill behind it probably just wouldn't be that interesting. Because it's a lot more, the genre's a lot more about like how they design it than just it being a Metroidvania. Chasm. Oh yeah, that was on Gamefly recently. Well, they use adventure platformer on this and Metroidvania, all in the same sentence almost. See what I mean? Like, you can't even. There's just no point sometimes. Even with the. Like, you get what it's talking about, though. You can see the similarity. It's an interesting conversation. The rogue shit always is. For me, it's more just the futility of even defining shit sometimes. Overly specifically, or just like with one tag. Like I said, to me, roguelike and roguelite are just like a, or at least roguelite, is just a single like tag to call something. It's not like an all-defining what a game is. It might be the most important thing, but like, I feel like you shouldn't even use roguelike or roguelite on its own. It's kind of meaningless, right? Like, that's not how the core gameplay even like plays. I mean, you can say that about other genres too, though. Like a Metroidvania. A platformer. I think that's the idea with Metroidvania, though, is that it isn't, like, by definition, is not really just one of those things. I don't know, that's why I like Metroidvanias, is they kind of take from a lot of shit. Not just action, it's not just platforming, it's not, or there might be RPG mechanics, like they pick and choose in them a lot. Yeah, I think that's the way to go for sure. I mean, I know it's common, but I do see people say a game is just a roguelike, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know, like, that's fine, but like, it doesn't, not an amazing way to describe something. For sure, saying like, I'm a Metroidvania with roguelike elements, like, fits a lot better. You just don't see that in practice as much. Metroidvania has nothing in common with Metroid or Castlevania. I mean, isn't it more than just... Isn't the like that genre more than just literally meaning it's like Metroid or Castlevania? At that point, it's just like having a problem with the name of it. I could just make a bunch of random fucking letters, right? And if people caught on to it as a genre name, then it would work. Like, yeah, Metroid... Castlevania, they make more sense because that's what a lot of Metroidvanias are like. But at this point, it's like, I don't even think about Metroid or Castlevania when I say Metroidvania. At this point, that's kind of what I mean, right? Like, it's just kind of the name of it. Are there Metroidvanias that aren't like either of those, though? I guess to answer your question, like, straight up. I mean, then they just wouldn't be Metroidvania, wouldn't it? That's the whole point. That's why I think it's a decently defined genre, because what wouldn't fit under it? That is still one of them. What's up, Toast? Then what is it? A different genre, not a Metroidvania. What do you mean? That feels like some kind of fucking oxymoron, some kind of like, not oxymoron, some kind of like impossible question. Like, what is a Metroidvania that isn't like Metroid or Castlevania? Like, Guacamelee has combat that's completely different than both of them, but it still has like the similar map progression. Ori's more platformer heavy than both of them, but it still has the map progression and some kind of RPG elements. Like, I feel like Metroidvania as a genre, you can pick and choose enough different characteristics that it's kind of hard to really not have anything to do with either of them without completely being like a different genre entirely. Like, you'd have to be different enough that it would be an agreed upon different thing, like it's Mario, like a 2D platform or something. Cave Story is a Metroidvania? Is it? Also roguelike instead? It's been a while since I played it. I don't remember. I thought Cave Story had some actual like points of no return and shit. Metroid-like, man. ESA is a Metroid-like. I think we've missed our last. Oops. I'm looking for that last hidden fucking thing. Like, we haven't even found one of them yet. What the fuck? So what if I have a guy with a whip that can turn a ball that fights in vampires in a 2D environment, but the game is completely linear and level based? Then it's a platformer. It's literally just fucking Castlevania with fucking like old school Castlevania. Well, then you're just misunderstanding what a Metroidvania is. People aren't saying, does it have superficial elements? Does it have some Castlevania 1? Is there a vampire or aliens at that point? Then anything. Oh, Dead Space is a Metroidvania. Because it's got fucking creepy zombies and fucking space in it, right? Like, that, the whole point of a Metroidvania is Super Metroid and on compared with, or just Metroid and on compared with Symphony of the Night and on. Nothing before it. Not the superficial shit. It's about the map design. It's about the general, like, allowance of what kind of gameplay you're willing to have. Because, like, Metroid's shooty, but Castlevania is melee, so you can have either of those. Like, that's like the defining feature, is more like the map progression and some of the exploration and shit. Not that it has fucking aliens in it. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, then what's the point of genres? I feel like if such superficial things can be a fucking genre, then like, that's missing the whole point of the genre, is what I'm saying. Doesn't just both platform and Metroidvania at the same time. Is it because it like goes from one to the other? Doesn't Cave Story do that though? Like, it's a bit like Metroidvania, and then it just goes like raw platformer because it doesn't have the map or progression anymore at a certain point. So that's what I mean, is like one game can have multiple like styles to it and still fit both, but only for like a certain amount of time. Action adventure games instead, because that's like Zelda. That's the thing, is like there's so many piss poor, because action adventure is already a fucking super vaguely defined thing that a bunch of people use for other games already, right? Like, action adventure is Zelda, right? What else would you call out Zelda? Like Ocarina of Time, it's action adventure. So, but then it's like Metroidvanias aren't anything like Zelda, so it's like, I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess they're kind of similar in some ways. What are you saying? contributions just shitposting. Hell yeah, man. I mean, I'm just enjoying the conversation because it's always interesting to try to figure out fucking genres sometimes because it's so usually just poorly defined as fuck. I'm not very focused on the game, am I? I guess we can grab this real quick. Relevance? Oh, is there a relevant material? Like most FGC kind of is a dumb one based on semantics? Yeah. That's kind of what this is, right? Is a Metroidvania kind of like them? I mean, they're similar. 2D platformers are similar to 3D platformers, but you don't consider them the same. Well, some people just call them all platformers, right? Like, they can have similarities. Like, yeah, like Zelda does have a map progression system where you have to get items to go open up different areas, but it's got a different plane of focus usually. Like, either full 3D top down, like... Usually that's kind of the difference. But I mean, people would say that, like, there are games that have Metroidvania elements to them that are, like, you know, like, for, like, a Metroid Prime or, like, Journey to the Savage Planet. There's stuff like Zelda where people say they're Metroidvania elements, but, like, usually people won't say Metroidvania, it's like a 2D side-scroll thing, right? Otherwise, you just say they're similar. I'm not really joking, but I wouldn't say... I mean, same. I'm getting a kick out of the conversation. But I am also seriously talking about it. I mean, I'm talking so much, I can't, like, just be blowing hot air up my own ass. Everybody's ass. What? Yeah, Aquaria is a good example for sure. Aquaria is purely just like water, like just stick movement and shit, but it is one of the Metroidvanias, right? One of the first indie Metroidvanias. It's ancient. It's a Metroidvania, yeah. It's shit, but it's a Metroidvania. Generally open world involving like different kinds of progression items to clear through different bits and stuff like that. Whatever elements of Metroidvania you want to use, it would fit. The thing is, it has absolutely no space, really. No zombies, or whips, or shooting. But it's still a Metroidvania because of the core gameplay features, right? Like level design and stuff like that. Like, that's what a Metroidvania is, right? I still think it's one of the better defined genre names. Because I've rarely played a game that was a fucking Metroidvania that I didn't know what I was gonna get, man. Like, it's usually pretty clear cut. People use it relatively accurately. And you come to expect from Metroidvanias to have a multitude of different kinds of gameplay in it. It's more about like the bigger level design and shit and progression. Like Castlevania plays way different than Metroid, which plays way different from Guacamelee, but how you move around and progress is very similar. Controls of Metroidvania too. Yeah, so is Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Because to get farther in the game, you have to go do things with other people to get farther in the game to different areas and shit. At what feature percent does a game become a Metroidvania? Yeah, that's the question, right? When does your game reach the exact amount of features and level design to tip itself into Metroidvania land? I think Steam says Star Wars: The Fallen Order is a Metroidvania. See, that's what I mean, man. That's not how people would generally think of Metroidvanias. You could say it's kind of like a Metroidvania, right? Like, I would say Journey to the Savage Planet is like a Metroidvania. It has a similar progression system. But it's not a Metroidvania in, like, the essence of the term. But in recent years, Metroidvanias have gotten to be more than just 2D jumpy games, right? Or 2D playing games. Like, people do use it for stuff like, you know, like a Subnautica or some shit like that, right? So the word for a very small amount of specific features of these games are not exclusive to these games. What are you talking about? You seem like you're just more butthurt that it is not that it's literally not exactly like Metroid in aesthetics, in fucking like movement and everything, than like really how people actually use it. People use words beyond their exact specific book meaning all the time, right? Like, that's how Metroidvanias are right now. Like, yes, it's not exactly Castlevania mixed with Metroid in the purest of senses. Like, that's not what people even talk about it. Like that's not what people are even talking about. That's just missing the whole point. I don't think hardly anybody thinks of it just like that either. Explain to me at some point. So you just think that it's kind of got a barrier to entry? That's fair. I mean, I get I get why you would say action, adventure, whatever the fuck, exploration platformer, because it's more upfront. But at that point, every genre's got an issue that, like the vagueness of them all. I mean, roguelite, what the fuck does that mean? You know, like, it doesn't mean anything. It just means it's like something, like it's a light rogue. Like, I mean, it's the same shit. It's the same problem. At least Metroidvania, like, it's like you can see where it kind of comes from a bit. I mean, I guess you could see that with Rogue too, but like, I get that its usage of words straight up isn't as like explanatory. It's not platformer. Oh, what's platformer? A platformer? It's not a jump game. Wouldn't jump game be better than platformer, right? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. Like, I'd rather play my 2D jump games. like what is a platformer? The word itself. Like, it's become something, right? Metroidvania is a little crude because it's literally just two fucking game names slapped together, but like, it's kind of become something else. MOBA. Yeah. God, I've already forgotten. Battle of the Ancients, what is it? What is MOBA again? Oh, Jesus, I used to know it because I played them a lot. It's jumping between platformers, yeah, but like, you know that. Literally the word platformer. What does it even mean? It's just a platformer. Like, what is it even? What is it? Bullet hell, the absolute best Javaya, maybe, yeah. I mean, like, we know what a platformer is now. Most people do. But if I went and told my mom, hey, want to play a platformer? She'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? If I was like, hey, do you want to go play a shooting game? She'd be like, oh, or a shooter. She'd be like, oh, that's a game where I run around and fucking shoot people, right? Like that makes more sense. Or a puzzle game, yeah. Like, I want to play a puzzle game. You want to go play you know, what are some other good ones? A horror game. So you know what you'd get. Horror is kind of also just a descriptor sometimes more than just a raw genre, but depends. A lot of horror elements. But yeah, like horror is pretty straight up, like, oh yeah, I know what that is. I mean, that's that way in movies and shit too. But platformer, what is it really? It doesn't really. You could say that's the same thing with the Metroidvania, man. Like, yeah, the words in themselves are not self-evident, but people know what it means. And it does come from some kind of sense making, right? Like, those are like the roots. Like, you call platformers like Mario or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same fucking deal, man. It's not that there's toads and Goombas running around to be that you're jumping and shit. Probably. I'm gonna start calling them Marioers instead. We're playing a Donkey Konger right now. Donkey Kongvania or something. Platform game. See, that would make a bit more sense because it's about having platforms around, but that's such a like, everything has a platform in it, right? That's I can see why that's a shitty word. Like, platformer is supposed to be about the action of, I suppose, jumping on the platforms, not just having platforms in them. The cool kids came up with, yeah. FPS could be shoot 'em ups. At the time, genre was about the only shooting and beating you could do in gameplay form, though. Shoot 'em ups, yeah. I mean, shoot 'em up doesn't mean that much. That could, if you just knew nothing, you're like shoot 'em up. You could be like time. It could be Time Crisis. It could be anything where you're just shooting a lot of shit, like Xeno fucking Crisis. It could just be like whatever. It's not a very obvious thing. Like, first-person shooter maybe makes a bit more. I mean, that's about camera perspective. Like, that's a little bit more of a definition. There's not many just like raw definitions that exactly define what something is, right? Like, puzzle games probably about one of the best you could have. It's one of the reasons I'm kind of like weird about even just like raw calling something in a certain genre, unless it's like that simple. Like, this game is a 2D platformer. Okay. Like, that's definitely what it is. There's a lot more to say about it because it's like Donkey Kong, it's a different style of 2D platformer, but it's not really in like a weird gray area. How the fuck did you not grab that? What the hell? Immersive sim, dude. Immersive sim is kind of like... I know what immersive sim is supposed to mean, but immersive being something... Like, I guess immersive sim, it's like, what? It's something so realistic in its mechanics that it becomes immersive. Because there's games that are simulation style a bit, where you simulate things, but then also are immersive, I guess, right? Like, I'm sure Eve is an immersive sim to some, but it's not real. It has Kong letters? Yeah. It's like a game. Oops. It's a very specific game. It's like JRPG. JRPG doesn't have to mean it's from Japan sometimes. Because at this point, there's a lot of games that are like JRPGs that aren't Japanese. Like a lot of indie games and stuff, because they're based on that kind of style. Like, we don't give them shit for not being actually Japanese. That's another weird one. Japanese RPGs is kind of just a weird one in general. It's odd that you can generally figure out what a JRPG is, even though it could easily change. Like, there's just some games like, oh yeah, that's a JRPG, but it's like, there's only a few things that really... I mean, I guess maybe it's that maybe Western RPGs are a bit more defined. And a lot of Western RPG shit was more like CRPGs for a while. There's another shitty one, classic RPGs. What the fuck does that even mean? There's new CRPGs that come out. I think they're just called RPGs nowadays, but there's nothing classic about a game that just came out. I guess they're in the classic style. Yick is my favorite JRPG. I see Yick, so see, that's the thing. Like, would I call Yick a JRPG? I guess so. JRPG is a weird one. I don't know for sure if it's classic. I thought it was. But I've actually not played that many CRPGs. I'm not the best. I mean, I know what one looks like and how it plays, but I've not played enough of them. Strategy RPG? I consider it strategy. Raw. No, bros. It's not actually strategy. What is it? Raw. I don't remember what it was. Base. Holy fucking base. Sorry, I gotta look it up. I don't even fucking know. Meaning. Best RPG meaning. Strategy role-playing game. Simple role-playing game. Those are some options. This is just like from a quick Google search. Yeah, see, like tactical role-playing game. Those are interchangeable almost for me. Like FFT is like a TRPG or a SRPG to me, the same shit. Simulation role-playing game. Soil rating for plant growth. Simulation. Like where Fire Emblem's a simulation one because you just like run the dude into it and then it runs the numbers or something. It's a simulation role-playing game. Fucking hell, mate. Oh, am I supposed to be killing these guys? So, can we just say that, like, game genres are fucking stupid compared to, like, movies or something? Or books? Which are a little bit easier to define because it's not based on as many factors, it's, like, just the story and shit. I mean, you can have elements, I guess, of a lot of stuff in a movie, romance and shit, but it's a little bit easier to quantify because there's not that extra layer of gameplay and stuff to, like, figure out. I don't fucking know. Because some people fucking consider certain genres just based on like atmosphere and aesthetics and shit. Like horror. I mean, they're definitely confusing, but like, I mean, most game genres don't even make fucking sense. You really break it down. We need a committee. We need a game committee. The council. Yeah, if you make a game, you have to get it passed through the council, have its genre definition figured out, its genre label, has to pass a very strict testing phase. I'm dying so much in this though, I'm so fucking more caught up in the conversation. What? Fantasy equals sci-fi. I mean, that's just badly used. That's just poorly using it. I think those are pretty well defined. Standardized genres. You're not allowed to make anything that isn't one of the standardized genres either, to avoid confusion. I don't want to see any games that mix genres together. I don't see no Niers. I don't see no Metroidvanias. They mix too many things together. I want hard fucking standardization. That's it. Nothing. People often think science fantasy, science fiction. I don't know, when I think fantasy, I think more like Tolkien type of shit, like Warhammer. I mean, you could say it is a fantasy, but then that's just being like overly hard about the semantics of it, not like the true meaning. Jesus, this part's... I need to focus more than I thought. What is fantasy? Yeah, that's the thing, man. Because when you just say the word fantasy, it doesn't mean anything, does it? But to me, it's more like fantasy is usually some kind of like medieval-esque something like that, right? Like a certain level of like technology, maybe magic is an option, you know? Something rooted in more like some kind of weird arcane thing than like, you know, like a science fiction thing what's more rooted in them being able to do shit. Okay, there was something I missed there. Just barely saw it. That was kind of bullshit. Rooted in like technology, providing people like powers and shit like that. What if wizards powered the rocket travel and they meet aliens? Then it's a Metroidvania, dude. We didn't even get everything from this level. Jesus. Yeah, language is a mistake. English is a mistake. Genre Shadowrun? I haven't played it enough. I thought it was a cyberpunk type of CRPG, but I'm not sure. I haven't played it. When I refer to like Dragon's Dogma or Dark Souls, I usually just say they're fucking like just RPGs or action RPGs or something. I tend to like there's things that blur the lines and I just call them RPGs, but then there's things that are obviously one, like Final Fantasy is a JRPG. And then like Baldur's Gate's a Western RPG or a CRPG, or Mass Effect's like a Western RPG, but it's like usually if they blur the lines, and I usually don't say Western RPG that much actually. For me, it's JRPG or just RPG, and then anything that blurs the line is just an RPG for me. But yeah, see, Dark Souls is from Japan, but Yik's a JRPG, and that shit's fucking is not, you know, as Japanese as I am. Like, it's... like, that's the thing. I've played 15, brother. And don't pick out one game. Then okay, so what? Final Fantasy isn't a fucking... They're not generally JRPGs because there's fucking Dirge of Cerberus, which is a third-person shooter. Like, come on, you know what I'm fucking talking about. It is one of the defining JRPG series. I'm not about to have the is Final Fantasy a JRPG fucking conversation. I consider Dark Souls like ARPG. I said action RPG. But generally just like RPG, you know. If we're just gonna go on those three, I mean it'd be. But see, when I say action RPG, sometimes I'm only thinking about like Diablo style. But I think that's just me using it poorly. What do you consider a Diablo game? A looter? A looter RPG? What even is it, man? Also, where's this hidden thing, dude? JWRPG. Yeah, the thing is, we've gotten way more just globalized. I feel like the JRPG thing... Like, there's still game... Like, I feel like JRPG was something that was coined a while ago for a style that was specifically Japanese, but now so many people make games in those styles and shit that the actual, like, literal fucking, like, country it's made from is kind of lost meaning. Diablo's a mess as genre. Real-time roguelike. That's what Diablo is. Really, they explained it? Real-time roguelike. How is it a roguelike, though? I mean, I guess it's procedural and it's random, but... You don't die and restart everything. There we go. I don't want to get into it again. I mean, it's fucking Blizzard, dude. Who fucking knows? This is what I mean. It's like... The thing that scares me, though, is that some people really do feel like they have to make their game fit like some kind of criteria, some kind of like genre definition. And like it's like some kind of limitator almost. Like, I think that's a scary fucking thought, man. Like, some people are obsessed with genres. Obsessed with, like, making sure, like, something, like, fits a fucking mold. I think that's fucking stupid. I love it when a game breaks off and just does its own thing, or just bucks fucking traditions or names or whatever. Combines multiple things, but... I don't know. But I mean, like, that's not what I mean. You know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm not meaning literally, I'm meaning labeling things, making sure things fit the label as like a developer, not us talking about it. Talking about the state of genres. I'm not saying I love like I love genres, or like I feel like every game needs to fit some kind of mold or something. I know you're just fucking around and stuff. I'm trying to find this hidden fucking thing, dude. Boss told him it won't sell. He's probably not wrong, man. I think it saves your progress too, if you do just get something. I love that in these kinds of games, like you don't have to finish the level. I always hate having to finish the level if I'm just going for like one little side thing. I need to just actually fucking save it. I don't know if we'll be finishing this tonight anymore. We're missing the very first one, dude. This is only my problem, is I like to just kind of keep going in some of these. I don't really want to like search forever, but this game has a light amount of like side stuff. There's not like a million like Kong medals or something where it's like I really gotta be going out of my way to look for them. Offline MMO. Yeah. Offline MMO, I think, is just a way to try to describe something. Like Xenoblade Chronicles feels like an offline MMO. Because they have similarities, but I wouldn't call it a genre. There's things that are literally offline MMOs, though. Like FF10 mobile, that's coming out. FF11 mobile. But that's just like what it is. I wouldn't call it a genre thing. Oxymoron, yeah. Is there any other oxymoron genres or something? I'm trying to find this hidden thing, dude. But we're already at the end of the fucking level, dude. But the very last one is at past the end of the level, so it's one of those things like it could be anywhere before that. You'd assume it would be after the tiger mask because like they'd want to make use of the tiger mask for it. I don't really feel like looking for this thing, but I mean you get new levels for them. At least you only have to get the green ones, the bonus ones. Jesus. Oops. I don't think I got on, so I fucking did an extra jump there. I feel like we've just already passed the hidden thing. If it's another like drop off the side of the fucking map. See, the thing is like when the levels get more complicated, I don't really want to be like looking for secrets on them. So I'm just redoing like a bunch of execution shit, looking for like a single drop off of a map. I just want to keep jumping. I'm going too quick now. Like these parts I literally have to like go really quick if there's like a secret, like try to keep my eyes on the map to see. Probably gonna skip it. We could just come back later or something. I don't really feel like being on this level the rest of my life. Looking for like a pixel that's hanging off the side of the map. Okay. It could be past there, but it's unlikely. We're gonna come back to it later. That's too sus. Always. Oh, sauce man, I know. Red sauce. I don't know what it is either. The wind push going on here. I just want to focus on flowing. I just want to go. Very, dude. Oh, we're on semantics, man. What is a cactus ball, dude? I forgot the lore, man. What are you, dude? Yeah, man. What is a cactus blah? What is a blah? With a cactus. Oh. See, it's not simple, man. I can't go back. Whoa! Uh-oh. Where's you? In the dictionary, dude. In this chat, use everywhere. The word or the thing it's trying to label? Oh, great. That was bait. Kabocha. The attack on this is weird because it like starts like in an up angle. Just gotta get used to it. I guess it's so you don't have to be like right in front of them. I'm trying to pose some sort of philosophical question. Oh, about you're referring to you the word or you the label. Something something, people are creatures of language. Is there a difference between the word or the person? We're just a collection of words, bro. I have no idea. I'm trying to make something up, man. Oh yeah, they've already had a bramble level like this. That's like literally brambles. Yeah, the bramble bits are probably the most worn on the sleeve. I mean, you're not a fucking parrot, but you might as well. Yeah, you're just a parrot with fucking some arms and some legs instead of talons and shit. I mean, I'll take it, but yeah. It's the most obvious of the DKC influences for sure. I mean, what are you gonna do, I guess? Well, I mean, you could just make it not brambles. Well, maybe that feels more natural to I'm not sure. Constant wind, by the way, if you guys didn't catch that. I like the pumpkins. The kabocha. That's true too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you gotta make just a lot of aesthetic changes. That passes differences. Huh? It just means that Donkey Kong Country has a lot of iconic or unique things. It's not like Mario, where Mario's style is kind of like vague enough. Like it's not super defined enough that like you would just call any game a Mario clone. But Donkey Kong Country has a very specific kind of platforming feel and like gimmicks, I guess, and stuff like that. That it's very obvious that it's a Donkey Kong Country inspired game. Oh yeah, how you'd visually change it. I mean, you could literally just make fucking slingshots, couldn't you? Well, no, because then they wouldn't always work. But... yeah, Kirby K. Yeah, you could just do cannons. You just enter from any side. Those are generic enough. Thing is, like, you wouldn't be able to figure it out if you spent enough time making the damn game, right? Like, it doesn't have to be brainstormed all at once. Cannons or... I mean, fucking hell, if it was sci-fi, it could just be some kind of like weird little gun where you just sucked into it or some shit. I don't know. I mean, didn't Rayman have a bunch of... Rayman had like canon-esque things too. What was it? What did they use? There were like canon types of things. I mean, picking up something and throwing it, yeah, that'd be easy. This game uses like pot. You could use a crate. Yeah, just fucking copy it, brother. Just steal it. Who cares, man? Work for Limbo the Lost. The easiest way to make a Donkey Kong Country game is to just like... just take the game and put your name on it. It's as Donkey Kong Country as it gets, because it's just Donkey Kong Country. It's just that easy, dudes. I made this. I mean, this is cute, but this is like... I much prefer... oh shit, this is an auto thing. Are these the minecarts, dude? Okay, this is cute. I don't think it looks as novel. I don't think it's as charming to like have the mask turn you into all of the Donkey Kong Country things, but it's cohesive, right? It works. Like you can see this is minecarts, right? But it's just an auto run. I'm not controlling it. I have to just jump. So it's minecarts, but it's not a minecart, right? So it's cute. I don't think it's as cool looking as like, I mean, there's a lot more charm in Donkey Kong Country, but this works as like a change up aesthetically. It's totally not copy idea of the slingshot. Yeah, literal DK spray. Just the actual fucking barrels, man. Would you get in trouble for just taking the barrels straight up? I mean, probably, right? Like, did the barrels in Donkey Kong count as part of the copyright? I mean, if it had DK on it, but just like, what about the barrel with the white trim? I mean, Nintendo would fuck you, but like, is that fair use or not? I don't know. I'm not saying we should steal things. I'm just saying, like, what is the point of when it comes to, I guess, just any asset in a game? Oh, there's a double jump and everything. Sprite recolors, yeah. But I imagine that's not considered fair use. Oh, you can probably jump to the floor on these. I don't know, yeah, I don't know how it works. I'm gonna die again. Flappy Bird guy? Wait, what did the Flappy Bird guy steal? People get away with stealing every day. Limbo the Lost is just so obvious. But there's a lot of not obvious ones. Oh, Mario pipes are copy pasted? Really? Jesus. I've only played Flappy Birds like once. Yeah, you could have just not done. But that's my thing. Is like I feel like there's such like low effort options to like just not steal. Like in Limbo the Lost, there's moments where it feels like it'd be easier to just make your own shit than steal some of the stuff they did. Or it's like gonna be found out so obviously, like you might as well steal something that's like less known. They're stealing from fucking like Oblivion. Like Morrowind. Like Diablo. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not saying it's like good to steal or there's better ways to, like, oh, you should find a better way to steal because stealing's okay. I'm just like, oh, it just seems stupid. Like, why would you steal something as iconic as a Mario pipe just straight out? Like, it's just obvious. But I guess they didn't get as much shit, huh? Oh, I missed the A. I'm okay with missing the Kongs at the end of the day. Oh, can I slow down? Oh, you can slow down. Bro, it's not about how rich you are, man. It's about standards. It's about human decency. I bet he hates himself. I see what we're supposed to do here, I think. Money isn't everything, dude, alright? Sometimes it's just the feels you get afterwards. Okay, the world isn't a fair place. Right? That's the end of the day. You can be rewarded for being a huge asshole at the end. What does this button do? Oh, it's a dive. Jesus, I didn't even know. That's cool. That's a nice little change up on it. No wonder I was having some issues. Yeah, this is a lot more than just a minecart level. This has like new mechanics and ways of doing shit. Rayman had stuff like this, like auto run stuff. The music levels and shit. The music levels in Legends and Origins are fucking sick, dude. Oh wait, was that the last one? I'm gonna die. No, I'm trying to die. Those are awesome because it's a hard platforming level, but it goes perfectly to a song. So you like go through the whole level and it's like, it's not a rhythm thing, but like it's the levels like doing the song at the exact moment that you're hitting all the jumps and shit. Those are sick. If you haven't played Rayman Origins or Legends and you like platformers, then you suck. That's just it, man. You suck. Playing. You cannot suck, all you gotta do is play them. They're like 5 cents on Steam usually. Yeah, I suck, then I gotta play it. I fucking suck! What the fuck's wrong with me, bros? I like this dive down. That's really cool. It feels good. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. What the fuck, dude? I've played more Rayman games than you, brother. I'm the best. I'm the best. I've played fucking 2 Origins and Legends, bro. Wait, that's only 3. I've played Rayman 3 when I was younger, but I don't remember any of it, so it doesn't count, man. I'm gonna play Rayman 1. I'm gonna play Rayman fucking 3. Rabbids. Oh shit, bros. I just got blown the fuck out. I'm surprised you played any Rabbids game. I played Mario, the Kingdom Battle, the Rabbids one, I guess. Does that count? Rayman's not in it. I like this challenge because it's actually just a challenge. It's just an honest challenge. No bullshit. And it's fun because it's fast. I didn't care about Rayman until Origins. But luckily I didn't give a fuck. Oh shit, this is hardcore. I like Michael Ansel, but I only liked Ansel because of Beyond Good and Evil. Oh really, Cactus? Why? How come? Like, what was bad about it? It's like when you're younger or something? I don't even know how good 1 is. I know you just like walk through most of it. I doubt it'll have the same flow or anything as Origins does. 90% of Rayman 1's players, maybe it's just shit, including me. Rayman fucking died. It sucks, man. Ansel's left Ubisoft now. Beyond Evil is probably dead as fuck. And Rayman's never coming back outside some fucking remakes. Yeah, see, when I said I wanted a platformer, it was more something like this. Like something that feels good and it's like got nice movement and shit. Like Rayman 1 seems like it's more like we're gonna play it for a history lesson and it's gonna be a bit more jank. I'm sure it's still cool, but I wanted something more guaranteed, man. Blind jumps. Figuring out the diagonal angle, like really getting that in your mind perfectly and being able to react to that takes a while, but it's definitely something we can master. Sounds like soul to me. That's fucking soul, brother. You're fucking soulless. You got no soul, brother. Filter. Wouldn't that be like Sonic? It's one of the reasons Sonic's always... Like, I like Sonic aesthetically and the music and stuff, the 2D ones, but they've never felt like very rewarding platformers to me. I don't have fun with, like, movement. Like, it doesn't feel tight enough, the level design, like that you're just gonna, like, run really quick and then just smack a wall, then figure out where to go slowly, and then run really quick again, and then smack a wall and figure out where to go slowly, yeah. And some boring elevator bit, like I feel like those games are carried by their aesthetics and animations and all that kind of shit. And while they're still fun sometimes, they just don't feel tight enough to really compare to like a DKC or even a Mario. Some 2D Mario platformers I don't even consider like that awesome, but they're generally still a little bit better. With cheat codes for infinite lives, base. Never reach the final level and you get told, bro, you're 100% completion rate of all collectibles. You get to collect everything in the game? Jesus, dude. I get everything in Origins and Legends because I just love the fucking games, man. And it's fun, it's rewarding. Same with Tropical Freeze. It's just good. That was also an achievement more, but... No final boss? Jesus. There's 3D platformers I've played like that, where you just gotta get like everything. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Maybe it was like a Spyro game. And if you fuck this up once though, even like one weird jump, there's no saving it. I need to focus. Give me a bit, gentlemen. What? Oh, that was too far underneath. This is how much screen you can see. Jesus. Those collectibles are off screen. And where you're supposed to go. So is that just the GBA one? Do you have wider vision on the other versions? Is this why Rayman didn't get another 2D game until the 360 came out? Like Rayman was just pretty much 3D after the first one, right? Jesus, that sounds fucking rancid. Yeah, it's just poor execution, man. I mean, there's a reason most games back then just remade their shit. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize we were about to start. Oh, really? Let me see. Yeah, it's really not that much. What's the definitive way to play this? Is it the PC version? Rayman just seems so slow. Way more action platforming. Not that that's bad, it still could be fun. Sometimes I'm in the mood for like Donkey Kong Country, like non-stop momentum and execution. Instead of like, I'm gonna explore around and take my time and punch old men in the face. Like Origins and Legends are like all speed, momentum, craziness. No. God. This level isn't like even that crazy. I'm just fucking half-assed right now. The limited lives though sounds like damn. That's one modern touch I enjoy with modern platformers and takes on some of these. It's more about the individual challenge than it is some kind of huge stamina test. Like, I don't even know if Tropical Freeze or the new Rayman's had lives. It's just like not necessary. That was what I didn't like about Mario Bros. Like 1. I mean, it's still a good game, but it was just like the game was really fucking easy all the time, except like a couple Hammer Bros. Parts. But the challenge was not individual like tests of execution and you know that kind of fun stuff, or like interesting scenarios. It's just like, can you not fuck up for like 4 fucking hours, right? It's like, that's just not as cool, man. I mean, Donkey Kong Country has limited lives, but each one of them has some kind of trick to get like max lives in like fucking a couple minutes. So it's almost more of just a fucking like superficial thing. Oops. Oh, I missed the A somewhere. What the fuck was that? I'm not saying I think games with lives are bad. I'm not saying I think Sonic's bad or Mario's bad. There's just things that There's reasons I like Donkey Kong Country more than Mario platformers. 2D. I think Mario 3D platformers are all really fucking good. Oh man, I gotta get that. You go really quick when you do this dive, man. You're like a bullet, which is cool, but you gotta just get better at the timing. What? See, this game doesn't have lives, it just has really far away checkpoints. I can handle that. Here's the total conversion of one that unfox the levels. The PC one. How much is that game on PC? I figured I was just gonna play it on PS1. I didn't even know there was a PC port. Yeah, I want the true experience though. I don't tend to like play modded shit outside like maybe some small bugs, unless the bugs like in Morrowind or something are part of the fucking like everybody talks about. Original PS1. Yeah, because I mean I play games as much for conversation and stuff as I do just for their own sake. But playing some kind of like different version of it kind of doesn't work. Oh, that's right, it was the Genesis for the Sega Saturn version. I already picked that up actually. I think a couple days ago. Pumpkin Pyre. Yeah, but I don't know when I'm gonna play it. This game has a lot of different aesthetics too. Like, there's a good variety in like looks for levels. Just like Donkey Kong Country, right? Like it's not just the same feeling visually level over and over. Oh, there's some thunder, folks. There's gotta be some hidden levels up in the fucking smoke and some of these out here. Down in the smoke. Oh, do you consider Mega Man 11 a AAA platformer? Oh, you can do this. No. Because I was trying to say, what was the last, like, AAA or, like, AA, like, big platformer? I was like, maybe New Super Mario Bros. U on the Switch. Tropical Freeze was probably the best answer. But Mega Man 11 might count. I mean, it's more budget, but it is by a big AAA company. It's not quite as long or has as much going on as Tropical Freeze, but maybe that counts. Mega Man 11 was great. I always forget about that game though. Probably because we played like 13 Mega Man games like back to back, so I kind of just... They don't exactly... Some of them kind of run together with me. We need to do the Mega Man X week or whatever, marathon. I plan on doing all the Mega Man games marathon style, outside like the RPGs and shit. But like X and do a setup for X and a setup for Zero and shit. Oops. I just fucked that up. Maybe there's not many AAA platformers because it's so like over. I don't even mean. Oh, you're supposed to hold it. I forgot. It's not a top. It's not a press. It's a hold. I prefer a press myself, honestly, because you just press it again to throw it instead of just sitting here with the fucking thing. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah. But see, since this game has a hover mechanic, it's not just like Donkey Kong Country. I wouldn't know if I don't know if I'd give that to Rayman. I mean, Tiny Kong had, or Dixie Kong had the hover, right? That's what I mean. It's not like raw clone. I mean, it's definitely wears the Donkey Kong non-sleeve more than anything, but I didn't mean to even bounce off him. I think there's no smoke left. Dixie, yeah, that's right. Which is cool because you could do shit like this, I guess. Did I miss another? Did I miss the Z? Where the fuck did I miss that? I bet I just missed it. I thought I got it last time. Yo, thank you, man. Hey, Ridge. Be glad you came in when you did. Oh, that's right, it's up here. Your brain might have melted from our amazing over-analysis of Metroidvanias and roguelites. Probably scared everybody out of here. Maybe not, man. Maybe it was a riveting conversation to those not involved. We were arguing semantics and talking about game genres, specifically roguelites, roguelikes, rogue, and Metroidvania. And it was pretty fucking heavy duty. It's funny. Yeah, it's good so far. I like it. This reminds me that I need to pretty much always scope gameplay for like every little fucking game. Do my research and make sure to try them out. Because I literally only ever saw this game on gameplay for a couple like just real quick. I saw it was coming out, looked up some Steam reviews, and I was like, okay, we're doing it. And then it's actually really good. Oh, great. Two of the most overused genres? Yeah. We were talking about just like the definitions and how well they define what they're trying to define, and then we were getting into semantics and people different ideas about what it should be, and then I started talking about like the platformer, the name platformer doesn't mean anything, and like, all this shit. It was fun. Did I win? Oh. Thought I was looking for something at the end there. I am. I'm trying to find the bonus objective, dude. And the bonus... The most important thing is it unlocks new levels. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for 7. You grinding some Monster Hunter tonight again, or? Oh, there's nothing up there, I guess. Yeah, I thought about doing some. I also thought I'd finish this tonight, but we got into a lot of conversations. So. Might not work out. Oh, Oh, I see it down there. Delivering some shit. The barrel. The letter Z. What? Oh! I forget that the Kong thing doesn't save, but the bonus objectives do. Yeah, I'm too caught up in the conversations, man. I'm weak. Oh, I missed it. I was in and out of sleep after a little bit. Tier 2 sounds. See, I would never think of saving with something like that. Because I don't really know what's like good for different weapons that much. That's the problem, is I've probably sold so many things like that and just not even thought I might need it. This is why I wish you could lock talismans. Alright? Like if I could lock talismans, it'd be awesome. Because then I could just be like, oh, I might use that, and then I just keep it locked forever. Sometimes I'm sick of rereading all the talismans I got. Like I oversell shit probably. Because I have way too many. Like, just let me put it in a fucking special storage or lock it. It's fucking stupid. I can't even believe they didn't think of that. That's one of the big reasons I don't even like talisman farming at the end of the day. Or swags? Yeah, that's what they said. Oh god. I keep fucking dying there. At least we did the bonus objective. I need to focus. Let me focus this level out here. Probably shouldn't have done that. That is kind of tricky, really. Oh, you don't go up as quick as I thought. I should probably just not go to the right there. I can't rise quick enough. Or I could just jump off the guy. Well, if you jump, I don't think you can get back in the air. The Z. See, I don't like that the Z is above me because I just want to get back to where I am. There's this fucking silly Z thing I gotta do. Fuck. Yeah. This game definitely doesn't have as good of a look or charm that DKC does. But it still does look nice. But DKC is like, I mean, it's hard to be as charming as DKC. Like the music, the look of it, the animations, you're a bunch of monkeys, the Kremlings are just fun. Yeah, it's just like super polished, super charming. Soul overload. But I don't blame a game for not having it as good. Like this game does look good, but like I don't really feel anything about like the characters. They don't feel any personality. Maybe some of the enemies are funny, but it's more like kind of conceptual kind of level, right? Like it's a fucking tomato shooting Yeah, it's all like vegetables and shit, like tomato shooting stuff. It's funny, but it's not like amazing. The music's good, but it's not David Wise. It looks good, like it's crisp, you know, visual style, but it's not like, I would say, very unique. Two. I only care about the green thing. I don't know what the rest gets you. I mean, maybe I'd 100% it if it was worth it at the end of the day. But... Well, see, I want 100% because there's speedrun times. Alright, we need to go back to this level and figure out where the fuck the secret is. I mean, I like it. It's crispy. It's colorful and shit. And there's a lot of variety. I'm just saying, yeah, compared to DKC and shit. I think the enemy design's probably the best thing. The main character not as fun as like Donkey Kong or anything. I just feel like I'm playing somebody's OC, like, Sonic character to a certain extent. Maybe, I mean, it's not that fucked. That's mean. I don't think the character design's that fucked, but the enemies definitely, I feel like, do the heavy lifting when it comes to the charm. Over meme. yeah, that was a little too much, but you know what I mean. Jesus Christ, man, you can't even get back easily. Those platforms move really fast, and I think you feel like you're on fucking pattern, but you're not. And that just flies out of the way. Not a level I want to be redoing looking for secrets, really. I've already had to redo it a couple times for secret. DKC Kina on Discord? Okay, also. Oh, the music's decent. For sure. They definitely try to give the music like a feel that matches each zone. There hasn't many like bangers, but it's been an enjoyable soundtrack. Let me get to the checkpoint or something before I check out the Kino. I just think I could make that jump, but it's only from like right there. If you guys see the secret, man, you can tell me. You can see to all death music. It's like a green portal with a bunch of black rocks around it. You probably only see a couple rocks. But... yeah, see, it's got like this like catchy, like memorable sound to it, but then it changes based on like every level you're in, which is neat. I didn't even know that. That's cool though. Yeah, that's Soul, right? That's kind of what Soul is to me. Like that overboard, like you don't even have to do it, but like it's there. Like that's part of what's like Soul is to me, man. I mean, it's not always what Soul is. Like some shit that's like half-assed can have Soul, but like that extra bit of oomph, completely unnecessary. Recent example of that was new Pokemon Snap. There was a lot of just icons when you just moused over shit that had like full animations and stuff. Like just little silhouettes and shit that were like animated or like had little, they would like change like when you moused over like certain things, and it was just totally unnecessary. Nobody ever think of it. Has no point even being there, but it just is cool. And it looks nice. There's that extra bit of polish, of Soul, right? Like clearly somebody just wanted to do it. That kind of feel. Like having a special death sound in every fucking level pretty much. Like you could say maybe that, yeah, that adds to the feel somehow, but it's like it's not even noticeable. It's cool. Nice desk gauge. I'm sure it is, dude. I see there's so many, dude. Lol, dude. Just one game. I think it's just the one game. Yeah. Like the game's solid where it really matters, the platforming and shit. But yeah. The full here it is, I said. The full DKC like experience, like yeah, missing some shit, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, it doesn't make this game bad by any means, or even not a great game. It's still good. I still really like it. Yeah. It's just something like just noticeable, I suppose. Oh shit! You can't take a single fucking hit. This game does have better quality of life shit, but it is a modern platformer. They tend to have a lot of that kind of shit. Like being able to just retry these and infinite lives and the checkpoints and shit. Like it's still hard, and it still has lots of parts of levels you have to do, but it's not like stupid. I think we could just leave. That's nice. I don't have to finish the level. I imagine it's Kong you have to finish, or Kaze, but yeah, that's secret bonus levels you don't have to. Beats and bounces. I wonder if all of these are super gimmicky and have the same aesthetic. We'll see. What the fuck? Am I just supposed to freeball it? Okay. Some of this is a bit memorization heavy. It's alright. I'll take it over the last secret level. Oops. Thought I was on that part. It's the guy with the helmet. Oh. I totally interrupted the ground pound. With the sideways thing. Oh, what? I didn't even know that was a thing. It keeps going through dudes until you're done hitting dudes. Well, that one was better for sure. There's a little memorization and I had to like figure out some of the mechanics, but that's cool. They made it obvious enough you like had to do it essentially. Like there wasn't any other moves to really do, you just You just shoot yourself off, then you see what happens. Yeah, this one was good. The other one was a bit too gimmicky by the end. This one actually was fun instead of just gimmick. Let's see if the boss is a little different. Bucks Brigade. Be like the B boss, man. I don't. Oh well, I could imagine. Yeah, I'll show you actually. I do know. Not by number, but by visuals. I knew how long the game was supposed to take too, but I've been talking so much and going for all levels. I couldn't say for sure on that front. I'll show you when we're done though. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to show you when we get out of here. I don't think I can do it in the middle of this. Now this has a difficulty thing too, if you really want. I think it just has more checkpoints or something, it said. But we're just playing on the recommended of the two, the harder one. Now when I rented this, I just kind of expected to finish it real quick and be like, okay, that's a decent platformer. It's pretty good so far, actually. I didn't expect a Donkey Kong Country one. I was expecting more just kind of like your typical action indie platformer or something, but like, man. Pleasantly surprised so far. I don't know how they could really fuck it up. Unless, like, this is the final boss, right? That would have to be that kind of fuck up. I mean, I doubt they're as long as DKC. Well, DKC has been harder so far, too. Be part of the difficulty on that. Although these bosses in this game are fucking gauntlets, man. Donkey Kong Country bosses tend to be pretty simple affairs. They might have some difficulty, but it's usually just picking up some shit, throwing it at them. Except K. Rool, he's a gauntlet, but he's the final boss, right? These remind me a bit more like a Rayman or something. Like a big, long, stamina kind of fight. Like the level clear is okay, but compare that to like, you know, whipping out the fucking like air guitar, or the fucking guitar, or whatever the, you know, I guess somebody, it was a Dixie had the guitar. KDkill had just a guitar, right? Some sunglasses and shit. That's the good fanfare kind of ender, man. But I guess these are more for stats, right? This is more like Rayman. Oh, he had the radio. Did she have the guitar? Dixie's a guitar, okay. Rayman has big stat screens like this though, and fanfares, but that's because it's got more shit for you to grab. Like Donkey Kong, you have bananas, but there's no like banana medal count or something. Alright, so the total levels would be probably all of these. This is how many levels there are, probably. And the bosses are on the bottom. Well, also, you gotta think the secret levels don't count. So there's probably, like, I imagine 5 to 6 secret levels, maybe more. Plus whatever's on the top here. And then the bosses as well. Because these don't count bosses. This is just Kong shit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27. I imagine 5 or 6 bosses, 32 something. Probably 5 or 6 hidden ones. So probably like 35 to 40 something. If there's, unless there's like even more secret shit. So, I guess comparable? I don't know the average length though. There's some pretty long Donkey Kong levels for sure, so. I don't like the world map as much either, but that's okay. It's not like it's bad. I mean, you just warp into a place. They've got these nice little, at least they have these nice little pieces of art to kind of give you a feel of what it's going to look like. Yeah, for sure, decent amount. Monomalo Nova is funny. I might join you here in a bit and soak in the rest of this tomorrow because I've been enjoying it. I don't want to like rush it. And I'm getting a little tired. I'd rather be fully focused for some platforming. Maybe I'll do this level and do some Monster Hunter. Maybe Godo will join us. I do want to get to Valstrack. No, the full control. See this right here? This is Rayman. This is how Rayman controls in Origins and Legends, it feels like. I know I'm not saying that's what the game's copying, but that's what it more feels like. Like Donkey Kong doesn't really, he doesn't feel like this fluid underground. I mean the swordfish is pretty fluid, but yeah, I just am still using bludgeoner. Whoops. You can turn that as you go. I thought it was just shooting off. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Like you can turn it a bit at the end there. You don't have to be completely dedicated to the where you're aiming. Oh, I ended right when I hit him. I'm trying to go like speedy. Like a Probably just slow it down and be fine, but it's just not my nature in these kinds of games, man. I like to go fast with like really good execution instead of slow and safe. That's usually my downfall. Well, it's just more fun to me that way. If we can just go super slow, I'll probably be fine. Sure, sounds good, brother. Brother man. Oops. Still looking for a Magna Orb, man? Maybe someday, dude. Keep your eyes peeled for them secrets, boys. Whoa. Oh, this guy's looking creepy. I made it in. The Master's Torch. I hope that fucking dude is gone. No, I hear him. We're just gonna outrun him. You'll never get me. Which one is Master's Touch though again? It's the Teostra one. The no drop in sharpness 80% of the time. I'm not even gonna make new gear, dude. I'm just fucking fighting, man. I don't even know. I should really level up my current gear. Even if I'm not gonna make new shit right now. Yeah. Jostra's technique was like that. Alright, so we'll continue this tomorrow, because I'm enjoying it more than I thought, so I'd like to focus in on it tomorrow and soak it in and shit, so I'm a little more tired instead of trying to hammer it out. We got about halfway through the game, I imagine. Maybe a little less. But good, actually. It's been actually pretty decent. So we'll do more of that tomorrow. Then maybe some Dragon Quest 7. And then maybe the Mummy Demastered might come in the mail, because I sent that a day after this, so I got this today. So, Monster Hunter time. You're back.